Now, living with a well-trained, well-rounded Labrador Retriever is one of life's true joys. But if you find yourself with a Labrador Retriever that suffers from separation anxiety, it can turn the joy of your life into a real chore in your life. It's devastating for you and it's devastating for the dog. So in today's video, we're going to talk about ways in which you can avoid or fix separation anxiety with your Labrador Retriever. So the first tip in which I can give you to help you avoid your Labrador getting separation anxiety, or to help treat separation anxiety with your Labrador, is with crate training. Crate training, crate training, crate training. This is not the first time I've talked about it on this channel, and I promise you it won't be the last time I talk about it on this channel. And that's not because I love my own voice and listening to me waffle on about crate training. It's because I have had the privilege of helping tens of thousands of dog owners and their dogs. And I have seen some things that work a little bit, some things that don't really work, some things that are terrible ideas and never work, and some things that work every single time. And crate training is in that last category. It is life-changing for the owners and their dogs. And when it comes to preventing and treating separation anxiety, it's the only methodology that I now follow, because it is so powerful, so positive, and so life-changing if you can train your dog to be happy going inside of their crate. So do not misunderstand the power of crate training, and do not allow anybody to tell you that crate training is cruel. When done right, when done following my methods and systems, I promise you that your dogs, just like these two Labradors here, will love being in their crate, will be more than happy to go into their crate, and it is amazing for them and you. Which then takes me into my second tip for helping your Labradors never get separation anxiety, or to help treat separation anxiety, and that is to teach them how to have positive alone time. You need to factor that in from day one of you with your dogs, with your Labradors, teaching them that not only there has to be times where they're alone, but that it's a good experience when they're alone. Now, my single favourite way of doing this is taking the Fenrir hammer, stuffing the Fenrir hammer full of the dog's favourite treats. I like using meat pate, a bit of a luxury, but it works beautifully, and then pairing that with their crate. Popping my stuffed Fenrir meat hammer meatsicle into the crate, letting the dog go into the crate, and they're shutting the crate behind them, and you will get your dog to be incredibly excited. If the only time they have the Fenrir hammer meatsicle is when they're alone, I promise you we can classically condition your dog to be excited and enjoy being left alone, because we have taught them how to enjoy being left alone. But if we have pampered our dogs from day one, if when they came home from puppies we let them follow us everywhere, we let them come up on the sofas, we had non-stop physical contact with our Labradors, and they became attached physically with us, they became clingy dogs, and then you go back to work, and then you want to maintain your social life, and then we leave them on their own, that's not our Labrador's fault, that's our fault. We made the mistake in that situation. However, if we put the same amount of effort into teaching them how to enjoy being left alone in the first place, when we go back to work, when we go and enjoy our lives and go out and enjoy a social life that they can't accompany with us, it's not just fun for us, it's fun for them, because we've trained them to enjoy being left alone. Flip the script on its head. Use some common sense and be proactive instead of reactive. That's the single best tool that you have at your disposal to stop your dogs from getting severe to minor separation anxiety. So then, we've been utilising the crate to help us have success. We've been teaching our dogs how to enjoy being left alone. Now, my third and final tip to help prevent and treat separation anxiety is ensuring that when we do leave our dogs alone, that we leave and return in the right way from day one. Again, proactively, not reactively. Don't wait for this to become a problem before you start doing this. When you know you're getting ready to go to work, when you know you're getting ready to leave the dog alone, 10 or 15 minutes before that, remove all your attention from them. Do not pander them. Oh, Sully, boy, I'm going to be going to work soon, and you could be a good boy. I hope I'll be home soon. All of this is jacking up his energy. It's pumping in endorphins and adrenaline and cortisol into him, and then we leave. And we leave him in that hyper aroused state of mind, which then is a slippery slope down to separation anxiety. We want to help use that 10 or 15 minutes to bring all that energy down, remove all of those hormones and chemicals. Then, using again our Fenrir frozen hammer, that goes in and we flipped the script. So instead of all those chemicals and hormones being pumped into him to have him dread me leaving, I've removed myself from the equation. I've now got my crate and my stuffed Fenrir frozen meatsicle hammer. And any kind of excitement is now actually about me leaving for a good reason, rather than about me leaving for a bad reason. And then he can spend, especially when it's frozen, that can take him 3 or 4 hours to work through. And before he realizes it, I've not been there for half the day, he's happy. He's then mentally exhausted and just happy to, I'll have a little curl up now and have a bit of a snooze until they get back. And then when I get back, I'm not coming back into the equation, oh, Sully boy, I've missed you so much. Oh, Riley, I've missed you so much. Look at the excitement that it builds. Again, you're flooding their mind full of hormones and chemicals that triggers a response for them waiting for that to happen for you to come home. So they then spend that whole time you're away in that chemical cocktail of a bad state of mind waiting for you to come back because you have conditioned them to be that way. But when you come back into the house, ignore them. I know it can be difficult, I know it can sound mean, but you do it because we love them. And this is about them, it's not about us. So we ignore them. We wait for them to be in a calm state of mind. We take them out for the toilet, calm state of mind. We then maybe use that calm state of mind to go for a little walk or a long daily walk, calm state of mind. Then when we come back into the home and we have removed all of that chemical cocktail that's there in the dog from the equation and we've replaced it with calm, relaxed states of mind. And if a dog is in a calm, relaxed state of mind, that is not a dog that can suffer from separation anxiety. So put in the work. If you're watching this before you've got your dog, be proactive rather than reactive. If you're looking back on that and going, oh man, I made all of those mistakes and it is my fault, that's okay, it's not too late. Start putting those things into practice. The beautiful thing about dogs is they're resilient. They bounce back and they live in the now as opposed to in the past. And you can work through those problems and teach them a new way of thinking about the world and a new way of thinking about being alone. But that's down to you. That's our job. And we've got to lead our dogs and guide our dogs, and we do that because we love our dogs.